My ex tried to unalive himself because I refused to get back together with him after he cheated on me, and now most of my family is pushing me to forgive him. Posted by a deleted user in 2023. Me, 23F, and my ex, 24M, were almost together for 2 years until I found out he cheated on me. Ironically, he cheated on me using Reddit, and to be honest, at first I didn't believe it, but then I was hit with undeniable proof, so I hardened my heart and broke up with him. It was a really messy breakup, with him crying, kneeling, begging, saying he only did it because he was frustrated and that he truly loved me. Other times, he blamed me for his cheating, saying I didn't give him enough attention. I ignored all of this and blocked his number and all his social media accounts. He tried using his family's phones to reach me, so I blocked them too, although I am civil with them despite all of this. Because he couldn't reach me through cyberspace, he eventually went to my house. Thankfully, we had a locked gate, and my dogs were also very alert to intruders. He couldn't get in, so he slumped in front of our street and cried while demanding to see me. I had already told my parents beforehand that I broke up with him, so my mom frantically called me, saying my ex was there crying. I immediately went back home and confronted him. He said a lot, saying how he couldn't live without me and that he'd kill himself if I wouldn't get back together with him. Now, this is where I agree I did wrong. I laughed at him and said he could try. Then, despite his pleas, I went inside my house, leaving him outside. After that, it became quiet for 2 to 3 weeks, so I thought he had finally left me alone. Then one day, I got a call from an unknown number, and when I answered it, it was his mom crying and telling me that whatever my ex did, I should forgive him because her son was in the hospital after trying to kill himself because I didn't want him back anymore. I was really surprised and also worried, so I told his mom I'd talk about this with my parents first. My dad said he was pitiful and that although the final decision would still be mine, he hoped I could support him for a while, even if it meant lying to him. My mom, on the other hand, said he was crazy and told me to never see him again. My sister is impartial to all of this. I also asked my friends, and they basically said to never meet with him because he's a manipulative jerk. My relatives eventually found out about this, because the gossip mill here runs fast, and said I should forgive him and let bygones be bygones because God wouldn't forgive me if I didn't forgive him. I live in a misogynistic and religious country, so their behavior explains it. I do care about him and don't want him to die, but I also don't want to get back together with him because I know my worth. What is the best way to do things? /relevant comments. Commenter. Yeah, just separate entirely. This kid is now on his own journey and needs to learn how to deal with his emotions and stuff. He cheated, and then tried to kill himself because of his own actions. You're not a doormat. Don't allow this kid to step all over you. Be strong and separate entirely. Don't allow anyone to strong-arm you into a relationship with suicide. He needs to learn how to deal with life and face the consequences of his actions. He needs to learn accountability. You are not his therapist, you are not his reason for living, and you are no longer his girlfriend. Commenter 2. I had an ex do this. Please save yourself the trouble and go no contact. Ops response. Hi, I didn't know this was a common tactic, and I am really curious as to what happened. Did the ex still bother you afterward? Did they try to kill themselves again afterward? Commenter 2. I broke up with him after 4 years, and he threatened suicide and then attempted it when the threat didn't work. I supported him, and he coaxed me back into a relationship for another 1.5 years. I was miserable and developed an eating disorder because I felt I had no control over my life. I was stuck with him. After hitting rock bottom myself, I grew some lady balls and broke it off. He reacted in the same way, and when I didn't respond with support, he continued with risk-taking behavior and half-hearted suicide attempts. When that didn't work, he started insisting he was schizophrenic and heard voices, and then began talking in a South African accent, and referring to himself by a different name, like he had a split personality. His roommates called the CAT, Emergency Mental Health, team, and the cops called me to go over and talk to him. I did, but I feel like even this may have been a manipulation tactic, and I went completely no contact after that. He was admitted to a psych ward. He continued messaging me for years after, sometimes claiming he was doing great, sometimes saying he was in a psych ward and would get out faster if I visited. I currently work with mentally ill people after getting my degree in psychology. A person doesn't have to be abusive to use this tactic. They normally just have low resilience and poor emotion regulation. They're reacting to emotion rather than actually attempting to kill themselves. To be honest, if they really wanted to die, they'd attempt it in a more foolproof way. These people want to be saved. Commenter 3. Warning: if he tries this, he may try to kill you and then himself next time. He is unstable, and you should stay away. Call the police and get a protective order issued. Block him on everything, and learn methods of defending yourself. You may have to. This is not your fault, but if he blames you, an unstable mind can do anything. I'm rooting for you, good luck. Op's response. Thank you. I sent his mother a short message saying that I will be going no contact, but I do hope for the best regarding his recovery. I also told her my mom agrees with my decision. She hasn't replied yet, and I'm a little scared of what she'll say next. I told my parents about the issues with safety in the future, if ever, and my dad says I'm overreacting, but my mom is 100% on my side. I'm glad she's here with me through this. Update 2 days later. So I followed the advice here and went no contact. I sent a text to his mom saying that I'll go no contact but wish for his fast recovery. Basically, it did not go well, and it definitely got a lot worse before it got better. His mom sent me a lot of messages, most of which were curses. Yes, they included many derogatory words. I knew she was mentally troubled because of what happened to her son, so I ignored it and blocked her. When I woke up, I had lots of messages and message requests, and it was because she posted what was supposed to be a private matter on social media for the whole world to see. She even posted pictures of him in the hospital and tagged me. It was, overall, a very hateful post. She screenshotted my text message to her about going no contact. I was turned into a villain overnight. Most of my message requests were from my ex's relatives cursing me, and some were from random strangers who also rebuked me. Even worse, some of my own relatives berated me and said I should have taken their advice and gotten back together with him. Thankfully, the post didn't go viral or anything like that, but many people I know and friends of friends saw it. My mom told me to go on a social media detox or just stick to sites I'd enjoy, and that she'd handle it. Well, she posted a response to my ex's mom's post, pointing out how she conveniently left out the part where her son cheated on me just to gain internet sympathy. My friends also backed it up and sent receipts and screenshots. My friends were among the first people to know about the cheating. The hate died down a bit, and I also received some support, but the damage had been done. My ex's company saw the post, both my mom's and his mom's, and they want to let him go because the whole issue is not good for their image, since it reached a lot of people. I knew because my ex's mom privately messaged my mom, asking her to delete her post because of it. She also said she'd delete her own post, too. My mom got mad, saying she'd refuse to delete it because now they want to be civil? But I did tell her to just delete it so the whole thing could be forgotten. So far, the posts are still up. For context, I live in an Asian, misogynistic, religious country, so yes, I'm still getting some hate messages, but personally, I believe I can handle it. As for my dad, he and my mom are not on speaking terms because my mom says he's not taking it seriously, and my dad says this isn't much of a big issue. To be honest, the most absurd thing about all of this is how my ex is still asking for me. I got a much unneeded update from one of his circle of friends, who, by the way, knew about the cheating. All of his friends knew about the cheating and didn't think to tell me. I would like to thank all who gave me advice. I do not regret it one bit because who I believe to be good people, my ex and his mom, turned out to be manipulative and hateful. No worries, I will definitely not get in contact with any of them, now or in the future. Top/relevant comments. Commenter. Thank heavens for Op's mother. She was receiving such awful advice from so many others in her life. Commenter 2. I know it's not the most important thing here, but I'm consistently effing baffled that so many people knew she was being cheated on and didn't say anything. Absolute cowards. Editor's note. A lot of the other commenters were advising Op to get some kind of cease and desist letter and maybe a restraining order due to the ex's mom's continuous behavior. Op said she and her mom had been in contact with a lawyer to get more advice on this. Op has since deleted her account.